These.
All right, I'll tell you something. I went to college and I studied engineering. I was actually going to go into motorsport engineering. That was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. And as I was studying it, you know, as you can imagine, it's predominantly all men, boys, should we say. But there's one girl, and you could see it was something in her that she wanted to go that direction. She wanted to go against the grain. She wanted to get her hands dirty. And, you know, and then I went to see her in her work placement, and then after a year or two, she just dropped out. She didn't want to be in a masculine. She wanted to be in touch with a feminine. So she found something that was more suited towards that. And, you know, that's my reference point. I think it may sound attractive to go in that direction, but I don't think that you would be selected as a mate because it's not feminine.
What, it's either you enjoy your job or not, or you do it because it's well paid.
It's not about that. It gets to a point where it's just like men aren't finding me attractive.
Oh, men are not finding her attractive because she's doing a manly job.
Yeah, and I'm seeing this as a big thing in society at the moment. We're experiencing a lot more women that are stepping into the masculine, and they're not being selected.
They end up single because they are seen as a threat. Because they're too smart, they earn too much.
I think they're seen as not mother material. I think men want, pretty and agreeable and pleasant and interesting, but also they want a woman who will look after their children well. And if you've got a woman who has been so focused on her career, you know, it's like, is the kid even going to be breastfed, or is she going to be like, I've done my 6 weeks maternity leave, I'm back to the office, like, give the kid to anyone.
But it's also as well, like, if you are in a relationship and your job warrants you to have these masculine traits, then you're going to take that energy back into the home. And then what happens is the man then feels like he hasn't got a place to step into his masculine. So the polarity's off. And that's when he starts to lose interest and find someone that does allow him to be the man.
So then should men start
There is a fine line between the balance.
Should men start earning more money so they can fully take care of women so women don't have to go out and work?
It's not necessarily that. It's
that's always an option.
We're seeing a rise in femininity coaches right now. It's prevalent. There is more need than ever for these people, these modalities, and they're just helping women get back in touch with their feminine side.
And
like,
it's very
you can
important.
have these jobs, but make sure that you're not losing that side yourself.
Don't bring it home.
And my question for you is, why do you always put it on the men? Like, the men need to earn more. Why don't the women be more of wife material? Because most women, even if they met a guy that could provide all of the bills, and like, I meet guys that want to take care of their women all the time, but there's not a lot of wives on the market right now. Like, women that actually know how to be a wife. Which
is true, because again, the way you are raised, the way you're brought up, definitely affects how you're going to be as an adult. So if you come where you're used to working and all that, yes, there are women that do need to learn how to be wives. Yes, I agree with that. But why I say it comes down to the men. Men stopped taking care of women in the households, and women were forced to go get jobs. So once you're out there getting a job, once you're watching somebody...
No, that's not true, though. That's not true. They were not forced. This is the government... No, the government said, hey, we'll pay you guys to leave. Here is money for being a single mother. The women did not have to take it.
So how are they going to provide for their kids?
So, no, before the fathers were in the home. 100 years ago, 85% of people were married, and they stayed married. I don't know exactly what the divorce rate was, but I know it was significantly lower. Now people don't even want to get married because the divorce laws are so bad. But my whole point is, women are offered incentives to leave. So if you leave, you get money from the government. If you leave, you can take money from his pocket. And women choose to take that, but at the same time say that they're equal. Well, if you're equal to a man, then be a man. Pay your own way.
But I don't think that women choose to take that. I definitely believe that the government has broken up families. That's why, like you said, they offer the money and all that. So the government definitely has a hand in breaking up a lot of families. But how is a woman supposed to survive? If I get pregnant and I have to take care of a child, I can't take that child to work for me.
I say give the kid to the person that can afford it. It doesn't make sense for you to have the kid if you can't afford it. So you leave the family, and now he has to pay for it.
But how is
the majority of women are the ones that leave. So the idea that men leave, and a lot of people think that generation of men left, but it's actually the women mostly drove them out of the house and left. If you look at the numbers, it doesn't support the deadbeat, like, dad narrative. It's not there.